Guy here with another great review. Today we're going to review the Char-Broil Performance 4-burner gas grill. Alright you two, how did I get this grill?
You got it for your birthday.
That's right. Thank you very much. Thank you for the happy birthday gift. Alright you two, let's see what's in the box. Open up the box.
Okay.
There is the grill right there. It looks a lot like my old one, which is out there. But this one is supposed to be an upgraded version. So that one lasted me years. And it's time to build this new one. How do we feel, Maddie?
Good.
Okay, how do we feel, Zach?
Good. Trying to hold the box.
You look a little cramped there. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to build it, and I'll update you on anything that is out of the ordinary for building this grill. Here's where it starts with the assembly. We have some screws to put in there. Very much like the old grill, if I remember right. And by the way, if you want to see the review of the old grill, it actually was a very good grill. It's been a couple years and we moved. It was slightly damaged when it was moved, so it's definitely time for a new grill. But just giving you a little preview here. There's a lot of steps. This one has some front doors, which is nice to see. The other one didn't. As far as everything else, though, it looks pretty much the same. I might even try saving the rotisserie on the old one and putting it on this one. So there's no reason to buy a new rotisserie. And that rotisserie has also been reviewed, so I'll leave a link in the description below if you're into a rotisserie for your grill. But this is looking very, very comparable. It looks like the grease trap looks a little bit better than the old one. And my biggest complaint about the old one would probably be the grease trap. It was like a little cup that you emptied. Lesson learned. Very hard to find the screws and hardware that you need in this grill, but it is in between whatever this is. And as you can see, I have parts everywhere. I had a 3-year-old looking for it. I had a 8-year-old looking for it. And who actually had to find it eventually? Boy, it was a pain though, right? All right, now we can start building the grill. That only wasted 10 minutes.
Yep, it was pretty much just like super hard.
Here's where we are in the building process with the new grill. First off, it looks wonderful. It's a lot flatter. There are the burners right there, the 4 burners. Still not done building it. Here's the bottom. The hardest thing that's been done so far is putting this top part in correctly. I was trying to do it the opposite way, so we're only reading the directions because it won't fit in. It only fit in one way. And make sure, if I looked at the latches on the magnets, it would have made it easier. But other than that, it's been pretty easy to build. It definitely is an upgrade from the old one, just in the materials and the fact that it has 4 rolling wheels and not just 2. Another building update for you. We got both sides on. Some of the screws were a little tough to access underneath here, but they do fit in eventually. Leave everything loose until you get a final tighten down. But pretty sturdy on everything. I'm installing this burner right now, and you will have to take your time with this grill. This is not going to be a 15-minute operation or anything like that. Here's the Char-Broil Performance Grill. All built. Everything's good. Just some things on the side here. It's built for a 28 burger count. Has a 5-year burner warranty. Off the bat here, it has a small, like clam-like shell grill size, which is kind of nice. You can kind of see over it more. Low profile, I guess, if you will. All stainless steel. It has a hookup for the rotisserie, which I'm gonna look into after. It hides away the propane tank, which sits really nice down there. So you even have a little storage space for stuff on the right side there. Already has a lot more features than the old one. With the performance grill, it's got a nice big cup that you take off from the bottom to get rid of the juices. And you can pull this right out, and that's where all your crud's gonna go, so it's an easier cleaning mechanism to get all the stuff out of there. Your side burner looks pretty good. And the inside of the grill, you have the 4 stainless steel grilling right there. And then the same type of just upper thing. I almost never use this. I might use it for hot dogs once in a great while. It looks to be pretty comparable, just upgraded on the old grill, and I was really satisfied with the old grill. So I think it's a keeper. I like the old grill. It does have the old match light, so that way you can start it. It goes up here in the hole, put a match right there, and you're all set. The gas line too comfortably fits in this little hole right here, so it makes it a great thing to have, and just a lot of updated features. Closing the door, and this is the ignition burner. So I'm gonna turn it on the full blast and hit the starter, which you just saw right there. Here we go. Push in all the way. And there you go, started. Let's start the other one now. The gas should carry over. It did. And this one, that just started, and finally the last one. So one difference I do see is that there's only one igniter here. On some grills there are actually 4, one under each burner. You're gonna start this one all the time first, and then you're gonna go the others. All right, side burner. Same thing. We'll keep this thing up over here. And we want to make sure everything's good here. I double checked everything underneath already, so here we go. Full and ignition. And you can see that the side burner works as well. Only been running for about a minute and it's about 150 already, so it's getting there. We've been running it on low for about 3 minutes now, and you can see it's rising up to 250 degrees. Doing very well. Burns very clean. We've had no problems so far. That bar right here, by the way, is what spreads the gas to the other burners. So by being stainless steel, it'll probably last longer than the other one. I would also like to say that compared to the old grill, this has a smaller profile. There's actually a lot more room on this side to actually walk if you had to. It takes up less space, and it has the doors and everything. Looks to be a really nice grill. I'm gonna cook on the grill for the first time. We have some hamburgers. We have some steak. We also have some hot dogs. So we're gonna preheat the grill. You notice that there's more than enough room here to put stuff down on. Not gonna use the side burner. I don't use the side burner a lot, honestly, but it's nice to have when you want to do like beans and stuff like that. I'm gonna preheat the grill. It's about a minute later and it's already 250 degrees. So that's pretty fast, that full burn there. So I think I'm gonna start putting them on there. I'm gonna get everything ready. Heat it up a lot faster than the old grill. We're at 350 already. Gonna turn it down, lowest setting. Getting a wide range here of heat. Burgers are on. About 3 minutes on low heat, and you can see it's right around 330 or so. So even keeping on low heat, it's gonna cook pretty well. And I'm really happy with the performance so far. It's holding at about 340 degrees, lowest heat setting on all 4 burns. Let's take a look at how it's looking here. It's looking pretty good. Probably gonna leave it just cooking on there for a little bit. The bottom catches all the grease over there, and we can pull out that tray way later on and get it all out of there. The grill's doing great. No problems with cooking. I left it low the whole time, and everything's cooking right. I'm really liking the clamshell design of the grill. I like the low profile bend than all the other traditional grills I've ever really bought. And we're just about done here and put cheese on the cheeseburgers and stuff, but everything's been cooking really well. Just got done cooking on the Char-Broil Performance Grill. It performed excellent. Pros about the Char-Broil Performance Grill: all stainless steel construction. I like the doors in front so I can get to the gas tank really easily. The low profile on the top is excellent. The space that you have to cook meats is awesome. 4 burners make it flexible. Also got a slim profile on this deck compared to the old one. Front lockable wheels, which makes it not move. Side burners, a welcome addition. It just checks all the boxes off. Cons about the Char-Broil Performance Grill: it would have been nice just to have some hooks on the doors, so that way you can hang stuff like this grill brush and just keep it in there. That would be pretty nice. I might get some magnetic hooks or something like that. Well, for one thing, I wish they had actually hooks that you could hang stuff up on, like the grill brush, stuff like that. I think the inside of the grill is really good. I wish that it had igniters on every burner. That's another thing I wish it had. But other than that, it's a pretty good grill. Overall, I'll give the Char-Broil Performance Grill a 4 out of 5. Only because, again, of those things, I wish I had igniters on every burner, and I wish I had places to actually hang stuff up on. Other than that, it's a great grill. If you'd like to purchase your Char-Broil Performance Grill, please look for a link in the description below. I'll send you to Amazon, where you can purchase your very own. Every purchase helps support the Eric DIY channel. We appreciate all your support. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, please give us a thumbs up and push that subscribe button below. While you're down there, also push on the bell notification icon, so that way we be notified of future Eric DIY video releases. We appreciate all your support. Thank you, and have a great evening. As always, if you like this video, found it useful, please subscribe. And if you have a product that you would like reviewed, please contact Eric by emailing him at eric5150diy@gmail.com. Have a great day.